heaven there is no beer. That's why we drink it here. And when we are gone from here, our friends will be drinking our beer.
Hello, wonderful listeners, and welcome to Boomy and the Ham, the podcast where our sports conversations will make you feel like you are losing brain cells. I'm Ham, your host, and I'm thrilled to have you join us for another amazing episode of Boomy and the Ham. And here we go. What is going on, everybody? This is the Ham, and we are back with episode 13. We have Mr. Boomy Boy here, of course, and we are at a point where there is so much fucking football, it's making my head spin. We have football till November 27th. Did you know that?
Yeah, every day, I think, right?
Every day. You know how fucking awesome that is?
Pretty fucking sweet.
That is so sweet. So we're gonna talk a little bit playoff baseball briefly. We're gonna go into college football because what a fucking day for college football. And then we're gonna talk about the best college football player in the nation. And then we're gonna go into NFL and give our previews. With that being said, our previews, our preview picks. Boomy, you're winning.
Yeah, what do I got? 2 games on you?
Yep, you got 2 games up.
Hell yeah.
12.
Good start. Good start, baby.
Yep, 12-10. So yeah, I honestly didn't think you knew ball. You're kind of a fucking idiot, but hey, you got.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you.
Well, the thing is, like, I can pick other teams, but I can't pick my own fucking teams.
You convinced me to
because
pick.
they never do.
You convinced me to pick the Jets, and I'm actually kind of pissed about it. But
okay. No one was more pissed about that than me. No one
I know.
Was more pissed about that than me.
I know. We'll get into it. All right, playoff baseball. You are a Mets fan. How are you feeling? Let's start with that game. 6-2, pretty dominant win, I would say. Phillies could not hit all day. How are you feeling after game 1?
So it's been a absolute roller coaster of a baseball season. Like,
yeah.
if you, I'll never forget. Like, I think it was like the first series at Citi Field, and the announcers were saying like this is an absolute low point for the Mets, and now they are one of the hottest teams since maybe after the All-Star break, and even getting in, they just rode the lightning, man. This is what baseball is all about. Like,
it's crazy because
the first half to 3/4 of the season doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah,
it matters how you finish.
Yep, it is crazy to me, just like how like volatile baseball playoff or baseball in general is. Like, fucking Detroit had like a 0.2% chance to make it.
Yeah,
and then like September and October comes around and they're like, oh fuck, they're in, they're dancing in October. So it's crazy to me that like the Mets, right? They weren't like, I mean, you guys have the highest paid roster, so you can't really sit here and say like, oh, they're not the best team. But you guys, like you said, you guys weren't projected to make the playoffs. Like, you guys were.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden it's like, dude, they're fucking rolling right now. They just steamrolled the Phillies, who's one of the better teams.
Yeah, I mean, the Phillies have been probably. I mean, you could argue the Yankees minus the slip they had in, the July, June, August, wherever they had like a 7-10 game losing streak, whatever it was. But I mean, Phillies have been great all year. They have a very good team. They have good pitching. I mean, the Yankees have just star-studded power. Well, I should say 3 stars, I should say. But they also have a lot of money that they throw around with key players. So the Yankees got some people.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just crazy that the Phillies have been, and that's why I told Jesse don't to fucking cash out because he put his money on the Phillies, and I was like, dude, just cash out now because
What is he at right
usually,
now?
well, I haven't checked what he was, but when he originally, when I think we were like midway through the season, and he cashed out and got $3 grand, I think it was, and I was like,
Oh
yo,
my God.
I was like, cash the fuck out, dude. He's like, no, but I can get more. I'm telling you right now, the odds are only gonna go down because the Phillies aren't gonna probably make it to the World Series, let alone win it. I was like, you have to. I was like, you gotta fucking be smart about this, bud, and he didn't do it.
What was
But
his bet? How
I mean,
much did he put down?
I think it was only like $100 bet maybe,
Oh
but it
my
was a.
God, dude. I would cash that out. I mean, depending on what the payout is, but even still, I would fucking. It would be
The
very.
second it crossed in the thousands,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm out. I'm out. Give me my money, and
You
I'm
10 times your money? Yeah, I'm cashing out.
yes, yeah, I'm cashing out. I'm taking the $900, putting it in my bank, and then putting 100 on something else.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
that's exactly what I told Jesse to do, but he didn't do it.
Hmm.
But I mean, it's going to be a wild ride. I think the Mets are riding the lightning right now. I mean, they got to go through what looks like the Dodgers, maybe, or the Padres, either one. I mean, the Padres have been one of the better teams lately. So
I think the Dodgers just have too much firepower, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah, but
They're just really fucking good.
they are on paper really good. But like I said, it all comes down to why you play all 27 outs, as they say. You got to get all 27 outs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look what happened with the Brewers. The fucking last game, Mets are
But that
down
was
one.
insane, dude. That was
Oh my god,
absolutely insane.
I woke up to that, dude. I woke up at 3:30 in the morning, and I was like, oh, getting ready for work. I'm like, let me check my phone, and I saw that fucking thing, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, Jesus Christ, these guys are fucking rolling right now. I mean, I love it. I was like,
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
Um. So I mean, we kind of touch on everything. Guardians, I think the Guardians are really fucking good too. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we saw them in the fucking finals. Um, I think my prediction would probably be Dodgers, Mets, and then Yankees, Guardians, I think, are the teams I'm going to choose to advance.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see the Tigers kind of go because they're like the Cinderella team.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they just got their fucking taints handed to them, and Cleveland's been great all year. So yeah, I think that's probably a fair guess. I think
Yeah,
that
I think so
Mets
too.
and I think I mean I could see it either way with the Padres and Dodgers mostly, but I got to ride with my Mets right now,
Oh, of course, yeah.
and yeah, I'm gonna say I would like to see the Royals beat the Yankees because I fucking hate the Yankees, but hey, maybe we'll get a Mets Yankees World Series. Who knows?
Subway Series.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that in 2000. I was alive for that one.
Did you
And
guys win it?
as a kid, no, we got destroyed because the Yankees are fucking
Oh,
amazing.
oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy when you think about how rare that is.
Yeah, no, it definitely is for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
okay, so let's talk some college football
Let's talk
because
college football.
today was a day that is gonna be looked back on one of the crazier fucking days of the year. Um,
Today was bananas. Bananas.
yes. So, okay, let's just start. Syracuse upsetting UNLV. Don't want to say it was like a surprise. I was kind of like, oh, UNLV is one of those teams that's like, you know, kind of like a UCF was a few years ago, where they like could maybe like go undefeated, and like, oh,
Yeah,
why aren't we getting to play? Why aren't we getting to play? Um, but then Syracuse came in and handed them their ass. So then I was like, oh yeah, that's why. I mean, that's the reason why UNLV's never been ranked. So out they go. Um, Texas A&M absolutely fucking dog walked Missouri today.
hmm
And it wasn't that wasn't even a game at all, ever. It never was a game.
Yeah, I think by the time I got to my car and I like checked the score, I think it was 24-0 at the half or something like that. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, this game's over. I mean, that just goes to show you, like, Missouri was never really tested up until this point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I
I
agree.
mean that's the thing about college football. You can climb the ranks by beating shit teams, but until you beat somebody with a little hair on their chest,
Yeah.
you'll always be pretenders. So
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna say. You're a pretender at that point. Um, and then you had um, what was another good one? Oh, SMU Louisville. SMU walks it off. Um,
yeah,
that was also another crazy one to me. I didn't expect SMU to win. I thought, because I think with Louisville winning this, they probably would have moved up a few spots, probably like, 19, 18.
hmm
Because every week it's kind of like the dogs. There's a team that comes out and upsets, right?
yeah,
So with fucking Louisville losing, they're out as well. Indiana looks really fucking good. And Indiana looks fucking awesome. Um,
yeah. I mean they played Northwestern, so like I said,
but
like kind of
Northwestern,
going back to
but Northwestern isn't a team that's like. I mean, I don't know, because it's like Northwestern. I feel like,
they're a Big Ten. They're a Big
yeah,
Ten team, so it's
yeah,
like by on paper they're like a good team, but they're not a good, you know, a
yes,
great, I should say, Big Ten team. So it's like, they're always that. I guess the best way to compare them is like kind of like that stepping stone fighter, where
mm-hmm,
it's like if you could beat Northwestern, it's like okay, that kind of helps you a little bit on rankings, kind of because they're gonna be somewhere in that middle of the pack, so it's gonna help them. But
yeah. Um, and so I mean, I don't. What the fuck is his name? I know their quarterback's pretty fucking good. He had a day. He had like over 350 yards, two or three touchdown passes. Like he killed it today. Rourke or whatever his name is. Uh,
Rourke,
Rourke. Yeah. Rourke. Pretty fucking good. But the coach they got from SMU, and he just, I don't know. He just like is a dude that he kind of called his shot. He was like, we're gonna fucking win a lot of games this year, and they have. They've done nothing but win since he's been there. So, um, it is pretty fucking cool to see that happen.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
okay. Next one we could talk about is, do we just want to do we just want to hurt Brett's feelings now?
Talk about good
Yeah.
old Vandy.
So here's a fun stat for you. Um, I think it was the four times Nick Saban played, and I'll look this up, but I'll say it first, and it may be botched. Um, hang on.
I thought you were gonna go with the fun
Hold
fact that
on.
the fans took the
Um,
goalposts and were marching down Main
no,
Street or
no, no,
whatever.
no, no, no. That was fucking awesome too.
Literally marching down whatever the main road is, Broadway or whatever it is,
Yeah,
Main Street, whatever you want to call it.
yeah.
They were fucking marching
Marching
with the
down.
goalposts.
Yeah.
Wait,
No, I don't know how many times Nick Saban played Vanderbilt. I think he said they. I
ah,
think he said they played like four times or something. Um, you know how many?
seems right, I guess.
Yeah, you know how many points he allowed in the four times that he played them?
I'd say no more than 10.
13 points.
Oh
13
wow,
in
okay.
in four games. 13 points. Yeah. So you know where this is going. They just gave up 40 to them.
Big
That's
40.
insane.
Yeah, I mean, it's the beauty of football and especially college football. I mean, dude, how does Bama go from fucking dominating Georgia in the first half and then, obviously staying on and winning last week
Mm-hmm.
and then getting a 40 spot put up by Vanderbilt.
Yep.
Vanderbilt, dude. When was the last time Vanderbilt cracked like the top 25? Like,
Yeah.
like I can't. I mean, like that blew my like when I saw you guys texting that, and I was like, wow, I can't believe that game is over and fucking Bama lost. Like that shit is insane, dude.
It is insane. And so you know that Brett in the fantasy football group chat was just like, yeah, fucking whatever. Vanderbilt played a hell of a game. You know he was driving down the freeway going 120 miles an hour listening to Stan by Eminem. You know
Nah,
he was.
dude.
He was just like he's like,
That dude was sitting on his couch.
I wrote you Nick Saban, but you still ain't calling.
Yeah, dude, he was sitting on his couch with a Pabst Blue Ribbon, ready to beat whatever family member walked through the door next.
Yep.
Like he was ready for it.
So yeah, I mean I have to disassociate myself with Alabama because like I rooted for Alabama really hard when Nick Saban was there because I love him, and now they just suck, and so I'm like, or they don't suck, but Nick Saban's not there. So
Yeah,
I'm
I was
like,
gonna say they were number one in the country.
Yeah, like they don't suck, but Nick Saban's not there, so I'm like, meh, I could give a fuck less now, like it's not Nick Saban's team anymore. He did his part, fucking 7 natties, so meh, fuck him. Who cares?
Exactly.
We'll skip over this one and we're just gonna keep rolling, because I'm gonna spend some time on the one I'm about to talk about. And then it was the last 3 games were upset central. Minnesota over USC, Arkansas over Tennessee, and Washington over Michigan.
Yeah.
So the crazy thing is I think Alabama is probably going to still be in the top 10 after this, just because of how many teams got upset today.
I mean, yeah, I mean it's their first loss of the year, so I wouldn't really throw them that far down.
No,
I mean, granted, they lost to Vanderbilt.
They're gonna go to the playoffs still. Like they're
No, yeah, but I'm saying like when the things come out, like yeah, that's a bad loss, but I don't think it's enough to drop them. I mean, maybe I would say no more than 15. I could see 15, but if they drop out of 15, that's I think that's a lot. But.
Yeah, I do too. I agree.
But I mean, yeah, it's those out of all those upsets, the one that is more shocking is Arkansas.
Yes, 100%.
Because Michigan's a pretender. I think their defense and run game can only take them so far. I think their team is very overrated. I mean, granted, they lost half of the team last year to the draft, so I'm not surprised by that. And then USC, I'm never on USC. I don't know what it is since after Leinart and Bush left.
Because you hate.
I have never
because you're a Caleb Williams hater. But anyways, continue.
No. Like they haven't really been great.
No, I agree.
Like that's the thing is like they have never been great after that era. Like I mean, yes, Caleb Williams had a great year in his junior year or sophomore year, whatever it was.
His fucking senior year was awesome too.
Okay, I'm talking about like going for a national championship, not just.
Well, I mean, it's a fucking team thing, but go on.
Well, I'm not. We're not getting on Caleb Williams here. I'm going about USC, dog. USC.
I'm just trying to say I won't like. Don't fucking.
I know he's Pookie. I know he's Pookie for you.
Don't fucking disrespect Pookie Bear.
Yeah, I'm saying USC as a whole, they lost games a lot. That's my point. Is Caleb Williams may have done good, and showed that he is a good college quarterback.
They lost a lot of games.
USC did not
lost a lot of games, and it wasn't Caleb Williams' fault. Okay.
Oh my God! Yeah. God damn it. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, like those two teams, I've never been on them, and the fact that USC is ranked at 11,
yeah, that was
kind of surprising, and even Michigan at 10. I'm like,
USC's ranked that high even after fucking Caleb Williams and what the hell was his coach, Cliff Kingsbury, left. That's what's crazy to me is it's like, dude, you had the best player in the fucking country leave your team. How are you ranked so high?
You mean Lincoln Riley, who's still
Yes,
there?
thank you. Wait, was it Lincoln Riley? Who's Cliff
Lincoln Riley's
Kingsbury? Is Cliff
he's the guy
Kingsbury?
who was the Cardinals.
Oh yeah, he's a fucking yeah.
He was Texas Tech with
Yes,
Mahomes.
you're right. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I agree. Michigan was fraudulent. USC was fraudulent. Tennessee, that one kind of softens the blow for Alabama, I think.
Yeah,
Um, because I think Tennessee's out of the top 10 now, and I mean, because well, I don't know. I don't know how they look at this because this shit always confuses me how they do rankings because you know what's their fuck Tennessee only got 19 put on them while Alabama allowed 40 fucking points, right?
yeah, and
So,
plus, like, they gotta look at their big wins,
mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
Alabama beat number 2 or 3 Georgia
Yeah.
in Georgia. Oh no, that was in Bama. Sorry, that was in Bama.
Yeah.
Um, it's the SEC, so somebody's gonna fucking say that, oh, even though Vanderbilt's a 2-2 team or a 1-2 team, like they're still SEC, so they're still like good. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of shit that goes into the fucking rankings, and it's
Yeah.
it's very political. But I mean, would I drop Bama out of the top 10? Probably not,
Yeah. I
because
wouldn't either.
I mean, look at Georgia lost last year in the championship game and got knocked from first to fourth or
Yeah.
fifth, whatever the hell it was. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, they're gonna drop, no doubt about that. But how far?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Okay. It's glazing time. All right.
Glazing blazons.
Do you know what I'm about to talk about?
Go for it.
Do you have any guesses? That's what I was asking.
Well, I assume you said the thing you wanted to come back to. My guess would probably be Boise State.
Boise fucking State. Ashton Jaunty.
Dude's trash.
What?
Dude is trash.
All right, let me book my flight to New York now or New Jersey. Um, Ashton Jaunty is the best fucking college football player in the nation, and
I mean, yeah.
I don't think it's close. I don't. I don't think it's
Yeah.
close.
I mean, the only one that I think,
Travis Hunter.
like,
That.
yeah, Travis
That's it.
Hunter is like the
Yep.
only one you can even mention in it because he's playing both sides of the
Yep.
ball. Like that would be the only argument you could make.
Mhm.
And I still don't. I mean, what Travis Hunter's doing is good, and
Mhm.
it's great. And it's very awesome. But I mean, the stats that this kid's putting up in what is this, 4 5 games he's
He
played,
played
and
16 quarters. They sat him against Portland State the second half of the game, and they sat him in the second half of the game against Utah State as well.
yeah,
He had 1,000 yards on 90 carries and 16 touchdowns. Okay, so this is what's mind blowing to me, right? Everybody's talking about the 90 carries for 1,000 yards, right? That's fucking awesome. That's impressive in itself, right? We're not talking about the fact that this motherfucker has a 17% chance to score every time the ball is in his hands.
yeah,
90 carries, 16 touchdowns? That that right there to me is way more impressive than the 90 carries for 1,000 yards. That is insane to me. And so
yeah. I mean, yeah. Sorry.
I'll just say it again. He is the best player in the nation, and it is not close, in my opinion. He is going to be, I would assume, a top 5 draft pick, and whoever gets him is basically getting, I think, another like Marshawn Lynch. I won't go with, people are comparing him to Barry Sanders. I'm not that delusional, right? Barry Sanders in a league of his own. Um, you know, but he is going to have a 2015 Derrick Henry year, and I think he's going to win the Heisman. The one thing I have to say that is I kind of hate, and I know why they're doing it. They're doing it because they want to protect him. They don't want him to get hurt, right? They want him to be able to be have as much capital going into the draft as he can, right?
Mm-hmm.
I he's on pace to break this record. He's on pace to beat Barry Sanders' record. Because they're gonna play in a bowl game. They may play in a few games because of the college football playoffs. But they keep pulling him out in the back half, and I'm like, the fan part of me is just like, leave him in. Like, let's see what he could fucking do. Because against Portland, he had like 125 yards, I think, or no, 143 yards at the half, and then he had fucking like 186 yards today at the half. He probably would have gone off for over 300 yards both games. So now you're adding, he'd be at 1,300 yards in 5 games. Like, he would shatter that record. But like I said, they're protecting him, and I understand that. It just, like I said, the fan in me is just like, fucking let him, feed him, feed him, feed him, let him, let him play, let him play, let him play. And so I'm not, I can't be too mad that they're pulling him out, because I do want him to go to the NFL and like be a force. And I don't think I have to worry about that. I think he is going to be. Um, but yeah, I fucking love Ashton Jaunty. He is fucking awesome. Go Broncos, because we're fucking rolling right now. We just dropped 60 fucking 2 points. We are rolling. I think we're gonna be in the top 15.
I mean, especially the way
Yeah.
all the
Yep.
top teams fell. I mean, I
Yep.
would not be surprised if Boise is right outside the top 10 or even at 10. I could see them possibly jumping up to 10. I mean, who
Mm-hmm.
knows?
Yeah. Because we play Hawaii next, UNLV, which I was kind of pissed that they lost today because with how everything happened, I was just kind of like looking at it, hindsight's 2020. I was like, damn, fucking BSU could go in and be playing a number 20 team. If they beat UNLV, we are really fucking rolling. And then we play Oregon State, which may or may not get ranked eventually this year. I don't know how many wins they have. What are they at right now? Or
Oregon State.
yeah, Oregon State. They are
Two. Are they 2-2?
2-2 or 3-1 or something like that. Anyways, but yeah, we play Hawaii, UNLV, San Diego State, Nevada, San Jose State, Wyoming, and Oregon State. And I was hoping UNLV would be ranked, so then we have a ranked win, and I think that would be enough to shoo us into if we won outright, it would shoo us enough to be into the top 10. Um, but I think we're definitely winning out of the Mountain West. I think we're the by far best team in the Mountain West. So I'll be excited to see Boise State go up against, the Texas A&Ms or Tennessees of the world and see how they fucking hold their own.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 50-50 chance. Either you're going to get, like what Boise did against Adrian Peterson's Oklahoma in
Mm-hmm.
'07 or whatever year that was, or you're going to get the TCU against fucking shit. Who the hell they with Max Dugan when they got destroyed?
Georgia.
Georgia. Yeah, thank you. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, they got their asses fucking kicked.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the thing about the small schools is like you never know because I mean, look at today. Look at how many smaller schools or smaller schools, but like teams that shouldn't have won, they won, right?
You could say smaller schools. I mean, it kind of is like they're
I mean, they're
unranked. I mean,
still SEC, but
yeah, that's a
I said I kind of took it back a little bit because
yeah.
SEC is still a big. Like, there's no like really small schools in the SEC. Like, there are smaller schools, but
Mm-hmm.
they're
Like
still SEC. So they're still bigger schools.
Vanderbilt's like the smallest school, and they would be the biggest school in like the Mountain West.
Exactly. Yeah,
You
that's
know.
my point. Like,
Yeah.
like they're a small or smaller fish in a fucking ocean as opposed to like
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
the other way around. But
Yeah. Um. All right. Well, that was my glazing for Ashton John T. I love you. You're fucking awesome. Like if he keeps it up, I think he wins the Heisman. And for a Boise State Bronco growing up here, being a Boise State, going to BSU now, um, if he is to win, the Heisman, it would be really fucking cool, really really cool. So, um, yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about that. Fucking I hope he does it. Um,
Yeah.
so now we can go ahead and get into NFL.
Hell yeah.
So we can kind of quickly recap um last week. Um, what was the most surprising game to you? Like team won or team lost? What was the most surprising game for you?
So I mean, I could definitely start with the fucking Jets not destroying the fucking Broncos.
Yeah,
I mean, the
that's
Broncos, they have a sneaky defense. They're a bunch of scrappy dudes. I will give them
and
credit.
Patrick Surtain
Eh,
is just the best corner in the league. He's fucking awesome.
yeah, yeah, he is good, and he locked down Wilson pretty good.
And that's coming from a Jalen Johnson fucking fanboy. So I mean, I'm giving him his flowers. He's fucking good. He's really good.
Yeah. Like that game just surprised me, and to be honest, I don't want to blame it on the weather, but the weather definitely didn't help. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like nobody was throwing the ball well at all.
I thought you guys would have ran more, honestly.
We couldn't, and they just kept Brees Hall, who couldn't get anything going. But when they brought in Braylon Allen somehow worked out very nicely. So I was a little shocked at them keeping Brees in. And
Hmm.
maybe a couple throws that got away from Rodgers, like or that Brees Hall dropped. There was a couple in there that he
Hmm.
might have worked out better, but that surprised me. And the fact that Bo Nix didn't complete, I think it was a like he didn't have a
His
positive pass in the first
yeah.
half.
I was gonna say at the half he ended with -7 yards. I had more passing yards than an NFL quarterback.
And the fact that I had Cortland Sutton on the bench and he scores the one touchdown of the fucking game also made me a little angry. But I mean, that game kind of shocked me probably the most.
Hmm.
I was hoping it was going to be the Panthers beating the Bengals, but we kind of lost out on that one. But I mean, the rest of them didn't really shock me too much.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess you could say the Ravens and the Bills too. I didn't think the Ravens were gonna put the fucking hurting on the Bills, but
Well, it's like Derrick Henry's a fucking bajillion years old, and so you kind of are just like, yeah, not saying like, oh yeah, Derrick Henry's washed, right? Um,
no, he just got a lot of mileage on him,
yeah, yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I
He's got
mean,
a lot of mileage on him. That's a good way to put it. Um, but then he fucking goes out there and what, 87-yard tutty? I
yeah,
mean,
on the first fucking play or
yeah.
whatever
I
it
was
was.
like, oh, alrighty. So that's what we're doing. Um, so I was a little surprised, honestly. Um, but I wasn't at a point ever, I think, with the Ravens where I was like, yep, you know what? They're ran out. They're gonna have to disband this team. It's the fucking Ravens. It's like
No,
they're
they had one of the toughest like first 3 or 4
yeah.
games I think
Hmm.
out of anyone in the league.
Yep.
I mean, they had the Chiefs opening week, then they had
They had the Raiders. That was kind of that was weird.
well, I mean, I think 3 out of the 4 games were like all good teams. Who the fuck they play week two? They played someone good too, or maybe it was
Um,
week 3. I don't remember who it was,
no, they
but they
played.
did.
I don't know who
Oh, the Cowboys.
the
The
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yeah. Hmm.
I mean, they're on a little bit of a slump, but still, the Cowboys on paper are good.
Yeah.
That's right. They lost to the Raiders week 2, and then they beat the Cowboys. But yeah, even like 3 out of their 4 games were like hard games that
Hmm.
yeah, kind of sucks. But
Yeah. Um, I think the Jets losing was definitely my most like biggest surprise. Like how kind of thing.
yeah,
Um, because them. I wasn't expecting them to lose. At all. Like, and I think my most confident pick was the Jets, and for them to go out
Mhm.
there and fucking score 9 points, I was just like, okay, things worse than we think in New York.
honestly, yeah.
Like
I think the head coach just sucks. I think
Robert Saleh.
Sala is fucking garbage.
Yeah.
I don't. The only reason why I think Hackett's okay is because Rodgers likes him, but there's still so much friction
Mm-hmm.
on like with Rodgers and everything. I'm just like Jesus Christ, like between Garrett Wilson wanting to bring in Devontae Adams, like whenever
Trading
they
Garrett
like
Wilson, it's like, holy shit, like what is going on in New York?
yeah, like and then like they. The when Salah goes for a hug with Rodgers, Rodgers like pushes the ball like, "Yo, bro."
Yeah.
Like there's just and then you have like the millions of stupid fucking penalties that they take, and they're all like false start
I
penalties. They're
do
not
I
even
do
like
like how Aaron Rodgers, when they were like, "Oh, is there a cadence issue?" He's like, "No, it's not a fucking cadence issue. Like we need to hold people accountable." I love that about Aaron Rodgers.
yeah. I think that was great because it's right because you could even tell like when Brees Hall got one of the two or three that he had, like you just see the camera go to his face and he looks like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like,
Yeah.
bro, we should know this. And then like there are times where you just fucking Hackett and Rodgers, like they're getting to the line and there's like 5 seconds to the fucking play clock. I'm like, Jesus Christ, can we get on the line with like 10 seconds so we can like
So
somewhat
we can
have
run
an
a play,
idea? Yeah, I'm like, fuck.
you
I'm like, I
know.
know we have Aaron Rodgers, but Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah. Um yeah, that was it was definitely a very big surprise to me.
Yeah, I think the Jets have to beat the Vikings to fucking
I don't do
to like to turn.
that's a
It's a tall
tough
order. It's
it's
an
a tough
absolute tall order.
that's a super
But
tough
I
game,
think
dude.
I think if they don't beat the Vikings, or if they don't at least make it close,
Mhm.
I think there's going to be a lot of turmoil thrown into the Jet fucking pot, and I think it's going to collapse the fucking team. I think they need this big win to fucking
Put
right the ship
yeah,
and fucking
yeah.
move on.
Yeah, I agree for sure. Um the Bears beat the Rams. The running game's back. Caleb Williams, he had 170 yards and a touchdown, but he looked a lot more comfortable. And it's crazy what happens when like your quarterback has just a little bit of time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit of time. Not a lot, but a little bit. Um and so it's he is progressing. I had a tweet where I basically was just like, I don't think Caleb Williams is like making leaps and jumps and the highlights, but like, that people expected. But I will say Caleb Williams to me is at a point where he is. It seems like he's progressing in some aspect of his game week in and week out, and it makes me happy that we actually have a quarterback that like progresses through the year. It's not like, oh, what quarterback are we gonna get? Are we gonna get Justin Fields who throws for 350 yards against the fucking Commanders, or are we gonna get and wins us the game outright, like complete, or are we gonna get 5 turnover a game Justin Fields?
Mm-hmm.
And it is a little early, but I am very happy with how Caleb Williams has been playing, and a lot of people are freaking out. Jaden, you should have drafted Jaden. Should have drafted. We need to calm down. It's still only week fucking 5. Um, Once we get to like Thanksgiving, we'll see where everybody's at. Because the Commanders have not played any sort of good defense so far, and the
Yeah.
Bears have arguably played two of the toughest defenses in the league. One being the Texans and the other being the Titans. So, I don't. The fucking Commanders fans are already annoying the shit out of me, and rightfully so. You guys have sucked, just like the Bears have. Fucking, ride the wave while you can. But until you guys play a good defense, which I don't even think they play a good one this week either. Um, they play the Browns, but I think Myles Garrett's hurt. So once again, you know, until we play a good defense that has all their players, I kind of don't want to hear comparisons.
Yeah. I mean, plus you know, like you said, it's week 5. The rookie quarterbacks. I'm not even going to make a judgment until like next year. Next year will be like my absolute. This guy's going to be good. This guy's not because
And that's
I mean
fair.
you've seen it all the time. Rookie quarterbacks, light it up their first year.
Yeah.
Maybe do well their second year, and then
Mhm.
by year 3 they're fucking bums again. Like
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't even want to bring it up because it's but fucking Mark Sanchez like '09, like he was okay. 2010 he took a huge step forward, and 11, 12, 13 was fucking dog shit. So it was like
Mhm.
I mean, granted that goes to other things, pieces around him, coaching, offensive coordinators, yada yada yada, all that other shit happens. But I mean, the point still stands. I mean, that fucking offensive coordinator can take a fucking another job, be a head coach somewhere, and then Caleb's got to learn a whole new offense, and then that could be a step back for him. Like,
Which
yeah,
would
so many things.
which would absolutely kill me if
Yeah, I
and that's
mean,
why like
shit happens.
I know, but that's why I really wanted to work this year because like I've said it probably 1,000 times on this podcast that the Bears are just notorious for like, oh, rookie quarterback didn't work out, get rid of everybody, and it's like I know Shane Waldron is kind of a fucking knucklehead, but also it's like let's after I calm down after the game and stuff, maybe just maybe let's try to get a little cohesion in like in the locker room and in the team, you know,
Yeah,
and see what
I mean, I don't.
happens.
Yeah, but I don't even think that's just the Bears. I think that's just the league. Like
Yeah.
you have such tight windows to win
Yeah.
nowadays
Mhm.
that like something has to change. If like they're not just gonna ride it out with the same people for 4 years. They're gonna make one change here, and then by that third or fourth year, everybody's gone clear house, and then it's just gonna rinse and repeat until you find success, which
Yeah.
sucks. I mean, it really does suck. I don't think you could build like even as much as it pains to give Austin any credit. Like I loved what the Bengals did, like with Marvin Lewis,
Mhm.
and even what the Steelers are doing with Mike Tomlin, like keeping the same head coach. I mean, obviously they had success, so he earned it, but like, I mean, the Bengals never won a fucking playoff game. Like they were always there or close, but they never won. And every
Yeah.
time they were gonna fire him. Like he had a season where he got to the playoffs, so it's like you can't fire him. I mean,
Yeah.
and no, Marvin Lewis was a good coach. I mean, obviously Mike Tomlin's a good coach, but I mean, I think if you have your guy, I think instead of just freaking out and saying, "Oh, it's him," you
Mhm.
know, look and see what you got around him. If the coach doesn't have a quarterback, if he doesn't have a line,
Yeah,
like
if he
all
doesn't
these
have
things
anything to work
all
with, then
feed
it's
into it, right?
yeah, exactly. Um yeah, I agree. I think we definitely like I think like on the Hard Knocks like Nick Saban kind of goes over that, right? Where he's like, there's this expectation and it's just gonna fucking kill this kid, right? Like he's
Yeah,
expected to come in and win 11 games for the Bears, right?
yeah,
Um, and you can't have that expected. Like Peyton Manning was also very sought after as a quarterback. We have to let them develop correctly. And I also think that's why that's what the problem was with all these new quarterbacks coming in and they're like, "Oh, they're busts." Is because we set these unrealistic expectations for these kids in the shittiest situations. We have to remember the first 5 teams picking are the worst fucking 5 teams in the league.
yeah. Look
So
at Bryce Young.
yeah, like I'm not out on Bryce Young, right?
No,
But
neither am I.
I was
I
talking
think he could be good.
I do too. And so I was talking to Jesse about this where I was like, dude, I 100% believe like okay, you know how you fix the Cowboys? Hear me just I was spitballing this to him.
Get rid of Dak
Yep,
and
you
CeeDee
don't
Lamb.
no, 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 no. You don't pay Dak first of all. That was their big mistake. But let's say they didn't do
I
that.
told you. I said they
Yes, I
should
did
have
too.
fucking
I
done it.
agree. Yep, I agree. So here's what I would have done if I was the Cowboys. You go and you let Dak play out his year, right? This is his contract year, right? You go and let him play this out, and if everything unfolds the way it does, right? Go and trade for Bryce Young. Go and trade for him. Give him a fucking I don't know, give a second round pick for the kid, right? That's not too crazy to think. He was the number 1 overall pick. The Panthers would love to have a second round pick for him. and let him sit behind Dak. Don't play him. Don't play him one snap unless Dak gets hurt. Just let him sit there and learn. And then next year, what you do is you go get Ben Johnson out of fucking Detroit. How much money do you want? Jerry Jones, you have all this money, right? Go fucking give Ben Johnson what he wants. Go give him a bag. And then, if you guys are kind of ass this year, trade up and get Ashton Jonty. And also, don't sit there and say, oh yeah, we don't want fucking Devontae Adams. Go fucking trade Zach Martin. He's an older guy, still a really good guard, but go trade for Devontae Adams. Your guys' offensive line is going to be perfectly fine without Zach Martin. Your guys' offensive line is a fucking wall. And then next year, Bryce Young gets to throw the ball to Brandon Cooks with the wide receiver 3, Devontae Adams, CeeDee Lamb, and oh yeah, he gets to turn around and hand the ball off to the most explosive player in college football right now.
Yeah,
And the fucking Cowboys have a really fucking good defense as well. And you could pay. Hold on, let me finish.
I know.
Guess what? $60 million is gone now. Dak Prescott's $50 million contract's gone. So now next year, you guys have a fucking dick ton of money to play with. And surround Bryce Young and make him feel like he's welcome. Hey kid, we're gonna give you. We're getting rid of Zach Martin. Oh, don't worry about it. We just traded him to get you a weapon. We're gonna go get another guard that's fucking elite. And we're gonna get, DeMarcus Lawrence kind of on the downward slope. Yeah, we're gonna pay Micah Parsons, but we're gonna get another edge rusher and better corners, and just have an elite defense because we have $60 million more fucking dollars to play with this year. But you know what? It is what it is. They can't do that because fucking Jerry Jones, all he cares about is oil and fucking selling jerseys and packing the stands with dumbass Dak fanboys. So it'll never happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I agreed with most of what you said until the only reason why I wouldn't waste on Devontae Adams is probably even with Dak gone, that's still a lot of money that you're throwing to two receivers.
But Devontae Adams is 31. He knows he's not going to get.
Well, I'm saying, I guess you could restructure and possibly make it a bonus-friendly deal that can, help out the cap and all that stuff. But
or even
that's still a lot of money.
Keenan Allen, even.
Okay, sure.
One of those guys. He's on a 1-year contract. Just wait.
Yeah, there are other role players you can get him weapons that are probably cheaper options. I think Devontae's a bit of a stretch because of just how much he's getting paid, and he's still kind of at the peak of his thing, like maybe on the start of it down, right? But
I don't think he's on the start of it down. I just don't think he's had anybody throw him the ball.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's in Oakland. No one's in fucking Oakland.
As
much as I love Gardner Minshew, I mean,
another place I would love to see Bryce Young is, and I would only want him to go to Dallas if all those things happened, right? Just because I want to see the kid succeed. Because it reminds me so much of fucking Justin Fields, dude. It is like it is the same thing with Justin Fields, and it kills me to see these kids come out of college, and they're the number one pick. They're going to the worst situation, and it's like, buddy, you don't have an idea what's about to happen to you, right? And so Caleb Williams' scenario is different because we were the 9th worst team, but we fucking fleeced the Panthers, right? And so it fucking kills me to see these fucking kids immediately lose all confidence in themselves. And it's like, dude, you were the number one pick for a reason, man.
Yeah.
You were the number one pick out of all the fucking kids, all the millions and millions of kids who dream of going to college football. You were the best fucking college football player in the year of 2022 to fucking get drafted. And so I like just think immediately of fucking Justin Fields. So another place I would love to see Bryce Young go is fucking LA. Send him to the Rams. Let him sit behind Matt Stafford, who's arguably one of the best pure quarterbacks the game has ever seen. And let him learn between big brain fucking Stafford and big brain McVay. If there was one person go ahead.
And I was gonna say, and guess who is also sitting on that bench? that kind of knows a thing about playing quarterback. Now he's not on the level of Stafford, but he's also a very smart man, and that's Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo played with Brady.
And
He
I
played
think
with
they
Kyle
have, don't they
Shanahan.
have that kid from Georgia?
Yeah, Stenson Bennett.
Yeah, I mean, I think Bryce Young is a significantly better quarterback than Stetson Bennett, but
Yeah,
you
but I'm
know,
saying like the learning ability is there, and I think it would be a good move for them to go and
hmm
maybe give him like a third or fourth round pick for Bryce Young and get him out of Carolina and be like, yo, Bryce, like Matt's kind of on the way out. Maybe Matthew Stafford stays around a while,
But even if
but
he does,
but
it's just like just start the pack. Like, okay, I fucking hate the Packers, but one thing they fucking know how to do is develop quarterbacks.
oh, I 100%
They've
agree. I
been
think
doing
that's
it
the
for
right way to
40
do it.
fucking years. Let the kid sit for
Yeah,
5 years, right? Once you activate that kid, guess what you do the next year? This kid's lighting up. We're going to give him a big contract. Next year, what are we going to do? Oh, first round draft pick quarterback. Let him sit for or maybe not the first, but within 5 years. Let the kid sit for, 5 or 6 years and just keep doing that.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, especially if you have consistency with the coaches. I mean,
mm-hmm.
I think that's the way you have to do it. And I think Carolina ruined it. Obviously sometimes you hit big with like a CJ Stroud or, like a Patrick Mahomes. Well, Mahomes even sad. Mahomes
Mm-hmm.
sad.
And he sat behind a very good quarterback in Alex Smith.
He did. Yes, he did. Yes,
So,
he did.
so it fucking, I'm like a huge Bryce Young fan because, like I said, it's the Justin Fields thing all over again, and it fucking drives me insane. It drives me insane seeing it happen. I can't. I don't know. I've ranted on enough about it. I fucking hate it. I
Yeah.
wish it wouldn't happen, but unfortunately it
Yeah. I
does.
mean, unfortunately, everybody wants to win now, and they think these kids are, you know,
Yeah,
the
this
ticket to
kid,
do it.
this kid who's played, not one snap of fucking college football is gonna go in there and win them fucking a Super Bowl.
Well, also the problem is that a lot of these teams don't provide a good second option that's even feasible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like most of the time, it's like an Andy Dalton who hasn't been relevant in fucking 5 years. And now, granted, he had a great game like a couple weeks ago,
Mhm.
but I mean, like that's his competition. Or it's like slapdick fucking what's his name, Tim Boyle on the fucking Jets, who was like competing with Zach Wilson for fucking starter before like fucking what's his name, Rogers got there.
Yeah.
So I'm just like you need some kind of push. You know what I mean? Like
Zach
whether
Wilson
that's
is
going
that.
in.
I will say there is a caveat to what I've been saying because Zach Wilson was the fucking Mitch Trubinsky of that draft class.
Fucking AIDS, dude. That
Zach
guy's
Wilson
fucking
should have
cocked.
not. Zach Wilson should not have been drafted.
He shouldn't have been a
So
Jet.
no,
Boiling it down, Zach Wilson should never have been drafted by the Jets, and
you
it
guys
has
should have.
nothing.
You guys should have taken Justin Fields.
No. The Jets should have never taken a quarterback in the draft, and I'll tell you why. So the whole time they were the worst team in the league. They were supposed to get the number one pick, right? And I think that was the year that they
Oh
or
yeah, this is yeah.
and they fucking
Yep.
they won like against the Rams, who were like I think the Super Bowl champions that year, or maybe not, or it was like they were really good,
Mhm.
and they beat the fucking Rams when they weren't supposed to, and they dropped to the second fucking spot.
Mhm.
Classic Jets right there. So we lost out on Trevor Lawrence. I didn't want Trevor Lawrence because I didn't think Trevor Lawrence was that good. But my thing with the Jets is they should have stuck with Darnold one more year.
Mhm.
And the only reason why Darnold sucked was because Adam Gase is a fucking terrible coach.
Adam
Awful
Gase.
fucking coach.
Adam Gase. Who is he coached for? Hmm.
He was with the Dolphins, and I guess he was with the Bears. I think at one point.
Yeah, he was. He
Yeah,
he's a
but anyway,
no. Adam Gase wasn't. I'm thinking of fuck. Who am I thinking of? Before John
Fox.
Fox. Mark Trestman. That's who I'm fucking thinking of.
Yeah.
That
No,
dude. He
no.
was he was with the Jets.
Adam Gase was with the Broncos. That's who he was. He was with the Broncos.
Yeah.
But anyway, but yeah, like the Jets should have never drafted him. What if I was the GM at the time? What I would have done was fucking stick with Donald, sit him down, be like, "Yo, Sam, I know we've been rough. I'm going to give you this one more year to prove yourself, to prove you're our guy. I'm going to go get you a lineman. I'm going to go spruce up the defense. We got a brand new defensive coach, so our defense should be good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ride it out, buddy. And then if it doesn't work out, we'll part ways next year. You'll go free agency. We're going to move on. But granted, COVID kind of ruined it because Zach Wilson didn't play anybody and he looked like a fucking star and then makes one good throw. Everyone was like, oh my God, Zach Wilson's the shit. And I'm like, oh, I was like, this is the end. The Jets are going to be stupid and fucking take Zach Wilson. And the rest is history. But yeah, I would have never took a quarterback in that draft.
Mm-hmm.
Never. You already had a quarterback. And granted, he wasn't a star at the time, but he still was stupid young. He was 23. I was like, how do you not give him at least another year? Why not? He wasn't awful. Like, he wasn't great, but he wasn't awful.
No,
and then considering what he had to deal with, like he had no receivers. He had a shitty line. He had a terrible coach. And look at him now. It's the curse of the fucking Jets.
Well, dude, and it's because I'm not gonna sit here and say Justin Fields is like playing phenomenal because he really isn't. His defense is very good. I still love Justin Fields.
Oh, he's winning games.
He's winning games. Yeah, I love Justin Fields. He's my second favorite Bear of all time. Like, as crazy it is to say, I like him more than Urlacher. I like him more than Lance Briggs and Charles Tillman and Mike Brown and Cedric Benson and Jay Cutler. I fucking love Justin Fields. And so that's why I think so strongly about Bryce Young, because it's the same thing. But yeah, you know, at that time, I don't even think Sam Darnold was going to be off his rookie contract yet, right? Like, you guys could have definitely kept him around.
No, they had the one. That was the thing. I think was the one more year, and then it would have been the opt-in because he was a first-round pick. I think was the fifth-year option.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been his fourth year because he drafted 18 or 17? 18.
Yeah.
No, 7. 18, yeah. Whatever Josh Allen won. Whatever they were drafted in Baker Mayfield. Same year.
2018.
Yeah, because 17 was Mahomes.
Yeah, 17 was Mahomes. 17 was Mahomes, and 17 was also, unfortunately, fucking Mitch Trubisky. And I'm not going to sit here and say that Mitch Trubisky, like, we should have drafted Mahomes, because I wasn't that,
No one knew he was going to be a fucking superstar. Like everyone thought, he's got a great arm.
You know who we definitely should have drafted? Fucking Deshaun Watson over Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, but then you would have had Diddy parties in Chicago,
okay, dude. But dude, listen, and I don't fucking approve of any of this shit, so I kind of have to watch what I say. If you put Deshaun Watson on that 2018 Bears team, we win the Super Bowl. Because that year he also fucking went off.
Okay,
say what you want.
I'm not gonna argue because I don't really know.
Dude, that 2018 Bears defense was the double doink year. That 28, we were 12. We were 12-5 with Mitch Trubisky. But I will just say that. I'll just say that.
Like I said, I'm not going to argue with you because I don't really remember that year for the Bears. I remember the double doink, but I don't remember the season. Sorry, I'll take your word for it, but I don't remember.
Yeah. Anyways, all right, enough depression. Let's wrap this thing up. Bucks Falcons ended already. So I'm just gonna put Falcons on there just so it's easy. So we get a freebie this week.
No, we had a freebie last week too.
We do. We get our freebie Thursday nights. We just know ball like that. Actually, in all reality, I probably would have chosen the Bucks, and so I'm glad I didn't. Okay. So, Jets Vikings. I know you have to go with your boys.
I think I'm going to go with my boys, but I'm honestly going to put some thought into it too. I think the Vikings are due, and I think last week they kind of escaped one. So I think the Vikings are due. It's a neutral site, so there's no real home field advantage because they're in London. And honestly, I think the Jets finally show up, and I think, they get their head out of their ass, and I think they pull off the win. I'm going with the Jets.
Okay. I am going to just say I don't think that's happening. I think there are way bigger issues in the fucking Meadowlands than anybody wants to actually say. I'm choosing the Vikings because also the Vikings are fucking awesome, and Sam Darnold revenge game is gonna be fucking so sweet.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
Okay. Um, Panthers Bears.
Panthers, Bears. Oh, all right. I'm gonna go. As much as I would love to say it, I'm gonna go. I would really love Andy Dalton to get back to the previous week of winning it, but I don't think there's enough talent on the Panthers side of the ball,
Yeah, and I think Deontay
and I think
Johnson's out too, so I'm pretty sure they're going to
yeah,
their local Kroger to find a fucking wide receiver.
yeah. I
So
think they might be calling like Des Bryant to come back,
yeah,
dog.
like hey Tio, can you come play a game for us really quick?
Yeah, I would love to see T.O.
Oh,
come
dude,
back,
me too.
dude. That'd be sick.
I think he could still come back and tear it up too. Honestly.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bears on this one. I think Caleb Williams won't put up big numbers, but he'll do enough to get the win, and the running game hopefully continues. So I'm gonna go with the Bears.
Yeah. Um. Okay. Browns Commanders.
Browns Commanders. I think Jaden Daniels is gonna keep riding his high right now. I mean, if you're saying Miles Garrett's still hurt, Browns are kind of a weird team. They
Hmm.
suck, but they still somehow are in games. But I don't know. Commanders are rolling, so I'm gonna go Commanders.
I think I have the Browns.
You
Um.
think you have the Browns?
Yeah, I'm gonna choose the Browns because I think the Browns secondary is really really fucking good. And so I think it's gonna cause Jaden Daniel problems. And I will say this: um, if the Commanders win in like you know easy fashion, um, I will stop. Oh, wait a second. Miles Garrett question. Oh my God, I just looked at the Browns injury report. They have so many people out right now. David Njoku, Jerry Judy may be out. Miles Garrett. Oh, full participant, full. Limited. So they have right now 5 guys out. All these other guys will probably end up playing. Miles Garrett's probably gonna play. And the Commanders' offensive line is fucking awful. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Browns. I'll take the Browns.
Okay.
Uh, here's a fucking snooze fest. Dolphins Patriots.
Dude, you know the money line is like even. Fucking crazy.
Is it?
And the spread is -1 at Miami. It's pretty
Hmm.
bad.
That is bad.
But yeah, I mean, flip a fucking coin.
Yeah.
I guess I go. I mean, the Patriots can't throw the ball. The fucking Dolphins can't throw the ball.
Okay. How about
Neither
this?
one of their
Just
defenses.
just just to make this fun. To make this fun, I have a Zyn can in front of me.
Okay,
Um, I'm just gonna say you're gonna trust me on this.
I'll
Um,
trust you.
okay. Top of the Zyn can that's up right now is Dolphins. Bottom of Zyn can is Patriots. We both take whatever it lands on.
Sounds good.
It landed on its fucking side. I swear to
Are you
God.
sure?
I swear to
Damn.
fucking God. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're taking Patriots.
All right. I honestly I was leaning toward the Patriots because I fucking don't like the Dolphins quarterback. At least with Brissett, you might be able to win. Maybe.
It landed on its side. Like, that is just
It's
destiny saying, like, don't bet this game to anybody.
gonna be a fucking tie now, dude. It's gonna be
Yeah.
a fucking
Dude, if
tie.
it gets to a tie, I'm gonna keep the Zin can. The
Yeah,
Zin
right.
can knows everything. Okay. Colt Jaguars.
I, is Flacco playing or is it
Yes, I believe it's Flacco.
okay? Then I'm going with the Colts. Either way, I was going with the Colts, but Yeah, Joe Flacco, baby.
Yep,
As
Joe
soon as he beat the
Flacco.
Jets,
Yep.
he gets his stride again, baby.
Yep. I think the Colts their defense is starting to come together, and you get Daddy Flacco. So I mean,
Hell yeah.
okay, this is a tough one. Bills Texans.
Bills, Texans, you say?
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna go with Texans.
I'm going Bills. Um, cause I don't. What is the Tex? I think Texans have quite few people out.
I know one of the receivers are
I
out.
think Stephon Diggs is out.
I thought it was like Collins or
Okay,
Dell, one
so
of those
Joe Mixon's out. Derek Barnett's out. Jerry Hughes is out. No, it doesn't matter. Robert Woods. Um, Tank Dell. Tank Dell may be
two.
back.
Okay, thanks. Yeah.
Um, but also with Damian Pierce and Joe Mixon, I think their run game is. I don't know. I'm gonna take the Bills still. I think the Bills secondary is pretty good. I just don't think they could stop the run, and if that's not a factor, then I think the Bills win that.
The only reason why I'm going Texas is because they're home.
Yeah, I don't know. The Bills are fucking good. The Bills travel well too. Bengals Ravens.
Fuck off. I'm going the
Yeah,
Ravens.
yep. I think we just do a thing where we both just choose everybody but the Bengals.
Nah, I think the Ravens are starting to get their groove,
Yeah,
honestly,
and
and I
especially with
think
fucking
the
Derek.
Bengals got a fluke against fucking Andy Dalton, dude.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the first two quarters of that game, it looked like Dalton was going to pull off the upset, but
yeah.
yeah, I'm going with the Ravens.
Raiders Broncos. This is also a shit game. What is it? The Broncos haven't beat the Raiders since they moved to New York or something like that. Is that what it is? I got
Since they
rated.
moved to New
I
York.
got the Raiders.
Uh, yeah, there's a little turmoil in the Raiders right now, but
Oh wait, no,
the
they don't have Max Crosby or fucking Devontae. I got Broncos.
yeah, uh, fuck the Broncos, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the Broncos too.
Yeah.
I think there's too much turmoil in the Raiders right now with this Devontae Adams trade, too many injuries,
Yeah.
and the Broncos are home. Yeah, I'm going with the Broncos.
Cardinals Niners.
As much as I would love to see the Kyler Murray show beat Niners in San Fran, I think it's a no-brainer. San Fran.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Giants Seahawks. I
Yeah,
think the
Seahawks.
Seahawks. Yeah, I think the Seahawks.
Yeah, that was no-brainer. But I don't know why, but I feel like I've been seeing Giants Seahawks like highlights, and I feel like they played last week, but they didn't play. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I looked at that game. I was like, is that real? Like,
Yeah,
are they
the
playing?
Giants. Well, the Giants played the Cowboys, and that's when what's his fuck got hurt.
Yeah,
But it is a short week because the Seahawks played Monday, so it was
yeah.
Seahawks Lions. So
Yeah, I think I've just been seeing like highlights on Instagram or something like that because I feel like I've been seeing Jets or Giants and Seahawks highlights.
yeah.
'Cause I think I saw one with Russell Wilson, so I was like, okay, that's old.
Um, Packers Rams.
I'm gonna go with the Packers on this one.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. I'm gonna go the Rams.
I wanted to go to the Rams honestly because
Cooper
A,
Cup
they're
might be
home
back
and
this week.
they might, but they keep every time I pick them they disappoint me. So I'm gonna go with the Packers, and at least the Packers like kind of got their groove towards the end of the
Oh
game
no, he is out.
last week.
He is out.
Cooper Cup's out.
Yeah, I'm still fucking.
I'm sticking with the Packers, but
I'm still choosing the Rams. Fuck the Packers. I literally fucking hate them.
that's because you're.
Cowboy Steelers.
Uh, fucking hate both of these franchises. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys, honestly. I think Fields' magic is going to run out at some point. It's just a matter of when.
I don't
When is it going
think
to run out?
I agree it is, but it ain't this week.
And maybe not, but I'm gonna go the Cowboys on this one.
Okay.
Hopefully, Dak gets his head out of his fucking culo.
All right, Jesse, I love you, but I'm choosing the Steelers. And
Jesse, I'm with
then
you, buddy.
and then Saints Chiefs.
As much as I want to see the Chiefs finally get an L, I think the Saints are slowly showing their true colors
Yeah.
that they just can't pull out games.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. Going with the Chiefs.
Yep, I'm going the Chiefs as well. So I will update this once it concludes, and I'll give you a text again. But hopefully I can get a bounce back week, and asking for 2 games over a week is a lot, but hopefully I can tie the series after this week.
Hey, you never know.
Never know. While we're here, do you want to just do Thursday so then we don't have to get a gimme? We could do Thursday's matchup.
Yeah, I could do it.
Okay, 49ers Seahawks.
Oh, 49ers Seahawks is next week.
Yeah, next Thursday.
Um, well, what did you pick? You picked who?
I
Oh, you didn't
chose
pick that. You
no,
just
because
you.
it's
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 49ers.
yeah, because
I'm
technically
gonna
it's
go
week
49ers.
6. Yeah, I'm gonna go 49ers as well. Let's see if our 100% on Thursday night can continue, even though we got gimmies on them.
Yeah,
But
right.
yeah, so alrighty, dude. Good pod. Any last safe rounds or alibis?
Ugh, you gross human being. Nah, I'm good, dude.
Alrighty, man. Well, we will talk to everybody next week.